Alright, let's talk about Caitlin Clark's offseason because this girl has been putting in work. We already knew she was a superstar, but her latest training sessions with new Indiana Fever head coach Stephanie White, yeah, they're turning heads. Coach White came in expecting to work with a great player, but guess what? She got a relentless competitor who's hungry to take her game to another level. And trust me, you'll want to hear about the insane improvements Caitlin is making. Let's start with the most obvious change. Caitlin Clark hit the weight room hard this offseason. Last season, defenders tried everything to slow her down. They'd body her up on screens, push her off her spot, and make her fight through constant physicality, and sure, Caitlin handled it well, but you could tell that by the fourth quarter it started wearing her down. Not anymore. She's been focused on building strength and endurance, and from what we're hearing, the difference is night and day. She's noticeably stronger in her upper body, which means she can absorb contact better. When driving to the rim, her core strength has improved too. So those off-balance tough angle shots, she loves. They're looking even smoother, but the biggest game changer, her lower body strength. A stronger base means she's quicker on her feet, more explosive off the dribble, and able to generate more power in her shot. You're not pushing her off her spot as easily anymore. Coach Stephanie White reportedly noticed it right away. The moment Caitlin stepped on the court for training, it was clear she's more prepared than ever to take on elite defenders. Instead of this new reaction after this controversial fall on Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever taking on the Chicago Sky on Saturday. The Sky's Kennedy Carter hitting a shot, then heading over to Clark and shoulder checking her. The refs called it a common foul, but the league yesterday upgraded the call to a flagrant fall. And let's be honest, WNBA defenders aren't going to back off just because Caitlin got stronger. But now, instead of getting bullied, she'll be the one dictating the physicality. This isn't just about muscle, it's about durability. A full WNBA season is brutal, and by the time playoffs roll around, a lot of rookies hit a wall. But Caitlin, she's preparing to go the distance. Coach White has been impressed, excited, and maybe even a little surprised at how much Caitlin has transformed in just one offseason. If you thought she was dangerous before, just wait until you see what she does with this new level of strength and confidence. Let's talk about one of the biggest improvements in Caitlin's game, her mid-range scoring. We all know Caitlin's logo threes are legendary. Defenses literally pick her up at half court because they know if they give her even a little space, she'll make them pay. But in the WNBA, teams adjust fast. Last season, defenders were flying out on her threes and forcing her to either drive into traffic or take tough shots. So what did Caitlin do? She adapted. Instead of relying only on deep threes, she's been grinding in the gym, perfecting her pull-up jumper and floater, and trust me, this is a game changer. Think about it, when defenses run her off the three-point line, she doesn't have to force a tough layup against a 6 shot blocker. Now she can stop on a dime and hit a smooth mid-range jumper, or float the ball over defenders before they even react. Coach Stephanie White has been pushing Caitlin hard in these areas, making sure she's comfortable scoring at all three levels, beyond the arc, mid-range, and in the paint. That versatility, it's what separates elite scorers from good ones. And here's the scary part, she's already showing serious improvement during training. Caitlin's been working on quick decision-making off screens, reading the defense, stopping just inside the arc, and pulling up before defenders can recover. She's also been drilling floaters to counter big defenders waiting in the paint. If you've ever watched players like Steph Curry or Diana Taurasi, you know how deadly this type of scoring can be. It forces defenders to respect every single spot on the floor, which means more open shots, more foul calls, and an even deadlier Caitlin Clark. Coach White has been loving this development because it means Caitlin won't just be a shooter, she'll be a complete offensive weapon. And with the WNBA getting tougher every year, having that kind of scoring arsenal, that's how you dominate. And you won't believe why Coach Stephanie White and Caitlin Clark might be the perfect. For one, Coach White isn't just another WNBA coach. She's a former player, a championship-winning assistant, and someone who understands how to develop elite guards. She's been around some of the best, and now she's got one of the most exciting young players in the league, and trust me, she's not wasting any time. From the moment Caitlin walked into training camp, Coach White had a plan. One of the biggest things they've been working on, efficiency. Caitlin's a natural scorer, but last season she had to force a lot of tough shots because the offense wasn't built around her. That's changing. Coach White is tweaking the system to maximize Caitlin's strengths, giving her better off-all movement, putting her in positions where she can create without being double-teamed all the time, and making sure she has teammates ready to knock down open shots when she dishes it out. And let's not forget about turnovers. Caitlin was handling the ball a lot last season, and that meant high-risk, high-reward passes. Now, with a more structured system and better spacing, she's learning how to pick her spots while still making those insane highlight reel plays. But here's what's really exciting. Coach White sees Caitlin as a leader. She's already pushing her to be more vocal, take command of the offense, and elevate her teammates. In practice, they've been breaking down film together, talking through different scenarios and figuring out ways to make Caitlin even more dangerous. You can tell there's mutual respect here, Coach. White knows she's coaching a generational talent, and Caitlin knows she's got a coach who actually believes in her and wants her to succeed. This isn't just about developing Caitlin Clark, it's about turning the Fever into a winning team, and with Coach White guiding her, this could be the start of something special. Let's be honest, last season Caitlin Clark had to do a lot of heavy lifting for the Fever. Defenses swarmed her, double-teamed her, and forced her into tough shots because they knew she was the primary offensive weapon. But this year Indiana isn't playing around. They've made serious moves to build a more complete, more dangerous team around Caitlin Clark. Wielding through traffic, finds hole, lays it in. Caitlin Clark has now tied off the bar. Rebound, Boston. Clark looking to push for Indiana. Here's Clark speeding all the way into the cup. First up, they added Duana Bonner. If you don't know her name, you should, because she's a certified WNBA legend, a multi-time All-Star championship experience, and a player who knows how to get buckets without needing the ball in her hands all the time. She brings leadership, defense, and a scoring presence that will help take pressure off Caitlin. Then there's Natasha Howard, and this is where things get really interesting. She's a three-time WNBA champion, an absolute force on defense, and she knows how to lock down opposing scorers. One of the biggest issues for the Fever last season, they struggled defensively. Too many open looks, too many missed rotations, but now Howard gives them a defensive anchor that lets Caitlin focus more on running the offense instead of having to scramble on D. And let's not forget the role players stepping up. Sydney Colson, Brianna Turner, and a stronger supporting cast means Caitlin has teammates she can trust to make plays. Why does this matter? Because last season Caitlin was fighting through triple teams just to get a decent shot. Now, with more scoring threats around her, teams can't just focus on shutting her down. If they overcommit, she has reliable teammates to kick the ball to, more weapons, better spacing, better ball movement, and way more efficient offense. Coach White has been working on new sets that maximize this new roster, and the early signs this team is looking way more dangerous. Caitlin is still the star, but now she has a real supporting cast, and that could be the difference between another tough season and a real shot at making the playoffs. The Fever are finally giving Caitlin what she needs to thrive, and that should have every WNBA team on high alert. Caitlin Clark in 2025 is an entirely different beast, and every top WNBA championship contender should be on high alert. She might have been bullied endlessly last season, but now she's stepping back onto the court with a full season of experience under her belt, a deeper understanding of the league's defensive schemes, and a newfound edge fueled by everything she endured. Another assist and a chance for a three-point play for Smith in transition, whoop, and a little spin on the finish as Melissa Smith went to the line and did in fact complete the three-point play. And here's the kicker, she's no longer alone. In 2024, opposing teams knew they could swarm her, force bad shots, and test her patience. That's no longer an option, with key veterans rallying around her and a revamped supporting cast that gives her even more ways to punish defenses. Clark now has more weapons at her disposal than ever. Leave her open, automatic bucket collapse on her. She's dishing dimes to elite shooters and finishers. It's no longer just about stopping Caitlin Clark. It's about stopping an entire offensive machine that she's running with near surgical precision. The intensity is at an all-time high. Clark is coming for revenge. Every hard foul, every dismissive comment, every attempt to write her off as overhyped, it's all fuel. The teams that underestimated her last season won't get the same rookie version. This Caitlin Clark is prepared, battle-tested, and backed by an arsenal of teammates ready to destroy anyone standing between her and a championship. WNBA contenders better be ready, because in 2025, Caitlin Clark isn't here to take part, she's here to take over. If you thought Caitlin Clark's rookie year was impressive, just wait. She's stronger, sharper, and more locked in than ever, and with Coach Stephanie White at the helm, the Fever are finally building a team that can compete. So get ready, WNBA fans, because Caitlin Clark 20 is about to take over. Is the Indiana Fever finally unstoppable? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching, and subscribe my channel.